Hey guys, this is your weekly tarot forecast for the Numinous week beginning December the 14th. And the card that's popped out for us is the Hanged Man. And this really is the absolute classic card of surrender and of letting go. So it's especially interesting after last week when I was talking about, us kind of having results coming in of things that we've been working on, and I mentioned a little bit about us having to surrender the outcome. You may find that as that wheel was turning and things started moving and shifting, you were also planning more things and you're getting things prepared for next year. And of course that means you then have to surrender the outcome again. And actually, we can always live in a state of surrender. We often think, okay, letting go is this thing that we have to do every so often. If you actually live in a state of kind of, I say a state of surrender, it's really a state of living in your natural flow. So you're not getting completely attached or like choke holding all these things around you. You're actually just like, okay, I'm doing this thing, back to the present moment. Doing that, back to the present moment. I want that thing, back to the present moment. Constantly calling yourself back in. That's living in a state of surrender so that you're not obsessing outside the present moment. Anyway, what I really want to touch on with this message, I think it's going to be important, especially coming up to the holidays. We all have different things going on. We have to connect with people. We bump into people. It's a time of, often seeing people you haven't seen for ages, family, friends, and so on. So I just want to have a little note on forgiveness because it's a huge part of the surrender practice. And I just want to lay it out for you in a really basic way. Forgiveness is one of the hardest things for us to really grasp and for us to do, mainly because we often associate this idea that if we forgive someone, it means they've got away with it, or that their actions are now validated because we're forgiving them. Or if we forgive a situation, it means that it was okay. It's actually nothing to do with that. Forgiveness is basically a radical act of self-love. It's actually just basically snipping a tie that allows you to move forward. So when you forgive someone, you set yourself free. That's it, okay? It's nothing to do with the other person, their actions. It's an act of self-care. So I just want you to think about that over this coming week, and start thinking about that kind of willingness. Okay, I'm ready to forgive that situation. I could perhaps think about forgiving that person for my own benefit and for my own way of moving forward freely and making up a space to receive new and better things for myself. See you next week.